Like that. There we go. If we really... Oh, damn it. In fact, if we really want to, we can just even paint the top bit different to the rest of it. But let's not go that crazy. I thought I was trying to paint the ceiling for a second there. Any other tasks to do? Possibly some other stuff as well, but I'm not sure. Oh, I bet there's probably more than one. Come on, you can get it. There's probably more than one. It doesn't feel right to not move this cupboard out the way, but I can't be bothered. I'm sure we're painting the other bedrooms. I've got to do it. Really? Oh, because the light's in the way, isn't it? There we go. That's a bit better. I know you don't need to, but it just... I could stand there for ages trying to fiddle around to get exactly the right position to paint above it and behind it. It just seems silly though. Yeah, I'm sure the other bedrooms will be different colours. I hope you're enjoying the music, by the way. I don't usually put music on my games, but I think I did for which game was it? Little Inferno. I added music for that because I couldn't use the music that was already in there because it was copyrighted, annoyingly, which is a shame because it's a good little bit of music. But for this one, the music just a little bit dull, so I thought I'd add some. Bit of free music from the Free Music Archive mostly, but there are some other ones. I'll see what I put on this one. I hope it's not intrusive in the background. It's mostly just acoustic, folky stuff. Right, done. So let's put this back. Oh, come on, put it back in the right place. There we go. Look at the little cross-eyed horses. Okay, which room now? Oh, it's about modifying walls. I'm really cautious about that. Am I supposed to be modifying this wall? No, don't do that. No, game, no. Stop it. It's this one here, isn't it? Let's get rid of the door then. And then modify the wall. That's a good way to modify walls. I presume we've got a bit of ceiling to get rid of as well. I might have taken a bit too much out, actually. I don't know. I think I took it. I don't think I should have taken that bit. I don't know about... look back at the replay and tell me. I think I took out too much. We'll see if he charges me or not for doing too much. I don't know. Maybe he likes the decision to get rid of that wall. I don't know. We'll see. You know what? I've not charged him for it, so careful. It should be fine. This is very enjoyable though. I've not had a bad day, but I'm a little bit grumpy today. I think it's partly because with the recent Windows update, they've been messing with my computer basically. It feels like someone's had their paint rooms, other rooms. Okay, it feels like someone's had their sticky fingers in my computer, messing around with it. Paint room sky blue. You can't do the whole thing sky blue. That's just. Okay, sky. It's not quite the colour I thought it might be, but I think it's gonna be very bright. Okay, it's not too bad, I guess. This is not what I think of as sky blue. But it depends on where you come from, maybe. I don't know. Perks? Any perks in here to help me do this faster? No, I guess I've got to earn more points to do that, haven't I, really? Yeah, I hate updates like that on computer. I try to resist installing them as much as possible. It just causes problems. It takes me ages to try and check they haven't done any damage or changed anything bizarre on my computer. I guess it's going to sort of go with this chair, isn't it? This stool here. There we go. I don't know. Yeah, it just feels like someone's been messing around in your personal stuff. I think people probably feel a lot of way about that if phones about as well. You know, you don't want people messing in your personal stuff. And to me, my computer is very much my personal stuff. Windows, keep out of it. You've not, and these updates, I never see anything. Well, it's just my imagination, but I've never seen anything that I've thought, oh, thanks for adding that, or more likely taking that away. It's always been a bunch of. You look at what they've done and you think, really, I could have done without that. Just leave it alone, okay? Stop trying to force me to do stuff. And it's mostly about things like, let us tailor your experience. Let's, you know, target things to you based on what your preference is. No! Well, actually, I have a preference. My preference is for you to bog off and leave me alone. If I need help, or I need something, I will ask for it. You know, I'm not too proud to not know when I need help, or when I need something desperately done. And it's nice, you know, I appreciate you've done these updates. I'm sure there are millions of people around the world, possibly, that this is exactly what they've been looking for. What you've done is ideal for them. Oh, they're so happy now. They're so ecstatic about what you've done for them, the changes you've made. But not me, and you didn't give me the option. I'm sorry, this is why I'm grumpy. Back to the game. Much like what I said about earlier about the plumbing. You know when we knocked that wall down in the other house and the light switches fell off? How do you tie a light switch to a particular light? What if you want to have... I mean, I presume the answer is probably that you have a light switch in a room and it operates all the lights. Ooh, painting skill. Paint's not that expensive, that's not that important. We'll do this one. By the way, 1 second. Thanks to Fodder for telling me this. 1 second. You sort of drag across the spots and it does both at the same time. I said before I couldn't work out how that one worked. There you go. Which is a little bit faster. Oops, don't paint the cupboard. Yeah, so if you have a light switch in a room, then it will operate any main lights you have in there. But what if you want to have, you know, 2 different lights in the room? Sometimes people have lights that you have more like an eggshell blue than a sky blue. Definitely much more eggshell. Yeah, you have are we done in here? No, we've missed something. Probably around the window. Yeah, you have you might, you know, sometimes people have an area of lighting in like a kitchen or a front room, and they, you know, normally you turn all the lights on with a switch, but sometimes you just want the side lights on. You know, what if you could you do that in here? And I was sort of hoping that when in this game, where's the other bedroom? Over here? This is a lounge. Ooh. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's a lovely smart TV there. What are we doing in here? Paint rooms. Not in this one. No. We've done this one. Am I missing a room? Ah! This is an office. Sleepy blue. Oh, it's an office and a bedroom. Nice. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that it was a little bit more in terms of what you needed to do. So, for example, if you wanted to, you'd have to, you know, you've got an old house. I've posted this before. One of the first things you have to do. It's very dark for this room. One of the first things you have to do is replace things. If it's a very old house, replace the wiring and the plumbing because it's old. It's old wiring stuff. It's not safe. And I was kind of hoping that, you know, you'd have things where you would have to replace the wires in something. You know, you'd have put a new a new set of wiring for a room. So, you know, you've got in a room, you've got the loop that goes around to all your sockets. A loop of wire literally runs around the inside of your wall, and you've got, up in the ceiling, you've got a loop that goes around the entire house in the upper story, or in your loft or whatever it is, and that is what all your lights come off of. So you want to put a new light in, you make a hole through the roof, and you trail a wire from that loop down to there. And I was sort of hoping they might get us to do stuff like that, because that is how you do things like, you know, this light switch is actually connected to that light, but not to that one. Or in fact, this light switch is connected to both of these lights, but this one is to only one of them. So if you've ever been in a hotel room where you've got, you know, so often hotel rooms have got much more complicated lighting systems, where you can have the lights on for the whole place, or you can have the lights on. You're in the way, lamp. 1 second. Here we go. Get you out of the way. You know, you can have the lights on, all the lights on in the house, in the room, in the hotel, or you can have just the ones over the bed. And there's usually, you know, a series of complicated light switches to choose what you want. And I was sort of hoping for that a little bit, but I guess I was expecting too much. Done! By the way, I said earlier before about I didn't think I was going to earn much for this job, because I was looking up at the income and I was seeing only £2,000 or whatever it was up there. But that's because I'd only done £2,000 worth of work. It wasn't showing me my total potential income. It was showing me what the income I could get for what I've done so far. Why is this here, by the way? It's a very awkward bit of wall there. What is that? Doesn't seem any purpose for it being there. Do you reckon I could modify it for him? No, I won't do that. Okay, we're done. And it's just about time. It's getting late. Look, looks about maybe 8 o'clock at night right now. Maybe? Not sure. Anyway, let's get out of here. You've done 100%. And we learned a new, most importantly, we learnt a new skill. We learnt how to tile and presumably panel as well. So that means there should be a box of... Now, is that on this level or the previous level? On my previous save? I think it was on my previous save that I bought a box of wall panels and I left it lying outside my house. I don't think it's on this one. No, it isn't. So, let's try and do that now. What was I going to buy? This one, I think. Is that the right choice? I don't want it all white, do we really? Or is that too dark? What colour's the roof? I can't tell. Which one do I want? Not really parquet. Is this interior or exterior? I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, quite frankly. Let's pick... No, I don't like that one at all. I don't really want any of these. Let's see what this looks like. It'll look neater than one we've got, I think. It's far quicker than doing the tiling, although I have got an upgrade, I guess. Okay, I'm going to get this finished and I'll bring you back. This is not a very cheap option for the outside of your house, by the way. Because every one of these packs cost me 50 quid. And you know what's quite annoying? Which is that every time I do one of these little sections here, it uses up a whole panel from my box, which is crazy, because what you would do is you'd have a whole piece and you'd cut it into 2 lengths, and a bit would go up here and a bit would go down there, if not a bit more entirely. But I guess this is going to be a change to save. 1 second. Okay, that's a bit of a saving, I guess. Maybe that's all the little pieces that were left over from when I was doing the sections like this. I'm using to do the top piece. Okay, I'm slightly more mollified. Oh, I don't seem to be able to I can't tile that bit there, which is kind of a shame. I don't even know why this house is this shape anyway, because it doesn't make any sense. Why would you just not make a square house? You tell me this house is even smaller. I never extended it, just not in an equal fashion. I don't know. Another tip, by the way, another perk rather, is through tiling and plastering faster. So the expenditure of, you know, how many £100 is not too bad. I'm considering it investment to increase my skills. That's how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm justifying it. And we'll leave this last panel, sad panel, lying here on the floor, unless I've missed any. Don't think so. Much better. Oh, I missed a couple there. Don't tell me this. So the worst situation is when you have to open a new pack because you've got, you need one more panel. But in fact, it looks like it might be perfect. Yeah. And while we're here, there's a bit of grass in my paint, but let's no. So what to do about this? Then there's nothing you can do about this. That's a bit of a bug, maybe, possibly there. Also, well, that's the paintwork coming through, isn't it? So that's kind of annoying. So that means either you have white paint showing on the outside, or you have your panelling showing on the inside for your windows. But there we go. Never mind. Good stuff. And before I close off for today, let's do one more thing. What have we got here? Oh, loads of stuff. Okay, we don't need to do any of your jobs right now. Inhabitable bunker. Not a habitable bunker. You have it and what does that mean? Okay, it's like flammable and inflammable. You want a habitable bunker, or it's currently uninhabitable. I don't know. Let's just look at houses. 1 second. We're going to buy a house is what we're going to do. See, I thought it might go up in price a little bit, but it hasn't. We're going to buy this one next, I think, the abandoned house. A burned house sounds like a lot of work. That would be... If it's in the real world and you saw a house for sale that was burned, you don't buy it, okay? You don't buy that house. Because it's not going to be... unless you're going to knock it flat entirely and build a new house. You're buying the land. You don't ever want a burned house. It's like a damp house. Unless it's a very limited about a damp. You don't want to do it. So we're going to go for this one. We're going to buy this. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to stay here for now. And what I'm going to do off screen is I'm going to fix this. Is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fix this. And then I will give you a quick look at it before we do the next level. And then we'll go to the new house and have some starting fresh fun over there. Thanks for watching. I hope you still enjoyed this. I certainly am, as you can probably tell. Despite all my whinging and cribbing and picking holes in how the DIY works. And hopefully I'll see you again next time.